Hi and welcome into the course Winning the Middlegame. Middle game is probably the most important topic of a chess game. At the same time, it's a somewhat complicated thing. Probably that's the reason why most of the students voted for this topic, and that's why I decided to create this course. Actually, complexity of the playing middle game is something good for you. This means that most of your opponents don't really understand clearly how to play a middle game properly. Hence, after a study of this course, you will get serious advantage over them. The first lesson is called the single most important middle game rule. At the end of this lesson, you will learn the single rule which will help you win lots of games. But before we move on to the rule itself and to the more advanced topics, let's start from some of the basic ideas that you also need to understand. But don't be deceived by this simplistic start of our discussion, because later on we'll talk about more advanced ideas. What should you do when you can't attack? In the previous lesson, we were talking about one simple question that is the key to most of the middle game positions. I hope that you remember this question really well by this point. It is, what can I attack on opponent's territory? And now let's try to answer that question. That will be the topic of this lesson. In order to play well in a middle game stage, you need to imitate a famous football player, Cristiano Ronaldo. More specifically, you need to be a center-forward player. Hope that Cristiano plays really well in center-forward direction. And that's the advice that you need to take from him. You need to be a center-forward player. This advice is applicable for a chess game really well. Moreover, it even explains pretty much everything in a chess game, actually. I know it sounds strange, so let's go to the chessboard and let's see how that works. We analyzed how to play against double pawns, but what if you have double pawns yourself? What are the positive sides of double pawns and what should be your plan in such positions? The first positive side of having double pawns is that you have new open lines. Welcome into the next lesson. We will move on to the next set of typical middle game positions and pawn structures. This time we'll talk about isolated pawns. We'll talk about a variety of eventual situations with isolated pawns, which cover many of the very common middle game positions. That's why this lesson will be especially useful. First of all, what is an isolated pawn? It's when you have a pawn and you don't have other pawns on the adjoining lines. First of all, pieces are more powerful than pawns, and therefore it will improve your position more significantly. And at the same time, while moving a piece, you will improve your activity, make your position more powerful, and prepare advancement of your pawns on the following moves. So if you move a piece now and then start moving your pawns, then this advancement of your pawn will be more secure. If your opponent does not have any pawn weaknesses, what should you do then? This is a really important question because actually this is the most common middle game situation and you need to know what to do then. I'm pretty sure that you have seen the plan we're going to talk about very often in the games of grandmasters. However, it's much different to just see something and to be able to do that yourself. To be able to play such brilliant chess yourself, you need to have very good understanding of this strategy. Rest assured, you will have it by the end of this lesson. So let's find out. In the previous lesson, along with other things, we were analyzing pawn minorities. And this time we will talk about pawn majorities. We will talk about the typical plans of playing with and against pawn majority.